I came back home last night after watching Michael in the movie theaters, and I was in such a happy and positive and uplifted spirit because that is just the effect of Michael Jackson. He truly is the king of pop, and to his nephew who plays Michael or portrays him in the movie Michael, Jafari Jackson did such an impeccable job of not just dancing and singing and acting like Michael, but he actually looks like Michael too. Um, and so I come back home and I'm like, I gotta write about this movie because this is the movie of the decade. People were singing, they were dancing. I mean, people wouldn't even leave the movie theater after the movie was over because how happy they were and the music was playing, so everybody was just dancing. And before I could sit down and even write a review about this movie, I start to receive notifications like everybody else, I'm sure, saying that third assassination attempt on President Trump's life, shots fired at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And I thought to myself, here we go again. But before we unravel what happened last night at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, I think it's important to mention that the headlines everybody received are incorrect. This isn't the third assassination attempt on his life. This is the fifth assassination attempt that we know of publicly. You had the first assassination attempt going back to 2024 where Thomas Cook took shots at President Trump from 150 yards away. And instead of nearly taking his head off, he cemented President Trump's victory in the November election. Then a few months later, you had another savage, another crazy person named Ryan Root, who brought an SKS-style rifle and aimed it at the golf course, getting ready for Trump to tee off. And thankfully, Secret Service took care of him. Then the third assassination attempt, I remember this because I was in Aruba on vacation when I received notifications that another crazy person named Austin Tucker. His name was Austin Tucker, who brought incendiary devices and a shotgun to Mar-a-Lago in Florida. This person was also apprehended by Secret Service. Then you have an active case happening right now. This is now the fourth attempt. Now the fourth attempt is in Manhattan. That is actively happening, where a Pakistani crazy Islamist was hired by the IRGC, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, to assassinate President Trump. And now this brings us to the fifth case, which took place last night at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, where another crazy person named Cole Allen decided to run in with multiple guns and try to take Trump's life or his cabinet member life. And this crazy person was from what we're finding out, he was from California. Surprise, surprise. A radicalized teacher from California who constantly pushed this narrative out there that Trump is a fascist, he's a dictator, he's a Nazi. This person, Cole Allen, organized and took part in rallies, the No King rallies, that were happening all around California and parts of New York as well. So, what happens after this? After this event took place, you have protesters outside the White House Correspondents' Dinner that with signs saying, "All tyrants must die," continuing to add fuel and fire to this narrative that we have a Nazi, we have a dictator in the White House, we have a king in the White House. Does the king do the censoring shit, or does he get censored? Does the king get arrested? Does the king get his house raided? I don't think so. And so then the question comes into play, well, how are all these people, these crazy nut jobs with guns, getting so close to Trump? And I think people are asking the wrong question. It's not that how they're getting so close to Trump with guns, it's why are they continuing to make an attempt on his life? And look, I could roll the tapes on the crazy Democrats that pretend to be freedom fighters and free speech absolutists when they're the ones who are doing the censorship. They're the ones doing all these rallies. They're the ones who are continuing to spew this hate for the Democratic Party. I could talk about how you have Hillary Clinton calling Trump supporters deplorables and clingers. I could talk about how Nancy Pelosi talks about how, you know, there should be riots on the streets. I don't know why there aren't riots out there on the streets. I could talk about members of the left-wing Democratic Party talking about assassinating Trump. I could talk about the Hollywood elites like Snoop Dogg pretending to shoot Trump in the head in a music video. I could talk about Robert De Niro saying he wants to punch Trump in the face. The Kathy Griffins who decapitate Trump's head. So we could just go on about this. It's easy to pick on the Democratic Party about why this is happening because they're the ones who are continuing to push this narrative out there. And I think that President Trump needs to come out and make a public statement. And I think he should make a public statement that goes something like this. And I think he should say, I am the person that's going to unify America. I am the unifier. And for the 250th anniversary of America, I am calling on President Obama. I am calling on AOC, Bernie Sanders, Zohran Mamdani, all of these left-wing politicians to join me at some sort of event they're going to have. Let's just call it America's 250th anniversary. Let's call it a music event. And I'm going to get all these left-wing people together. I'm going to do the same thing for the media personalities. I'm going to get all the left-wing media personalities together, like a Hassan Piker, a Kyle Kalinske, a David Pakman. I'm going to get Sam Cedar. I'm going to get a bunch of celebrities together. I'm going to get Robert De Niro. I'm going to get Mark Ruffalo. I'm going to get Jimmy Kimmel. I'm going to get Whoopi Goldberg. I am going to get the left-wing media together. I'm going to get the CNNs of the world. I'm going to get the Wall Street Journals of the world, the CBSs of the world, the MSNBCs. I'm going to get all these people together in a room. They're going to sit with me, and we're going to enjoy America's 250th anniversary music event. And do the same thing on the right. Get the Tucker Carlsons of the world. Get the Candace Owens of the world. The Megyn Kellys of the world. Get them all together in a room and celebrate America. And I thought about this idea from the movie Michael last night, because in the movie, there's a scene how Michael Jackson gets the Bloods and the Crips together, and he invites them to the music studio, and he says, I want you to be in a music video. I want you to tone down the tensions, and we're gonna be unified. And Trump needs to do the same thing. He needs to get all these people together and say, I am the unifier. And is this going to solve, having all these people in one room, do you think this is going to solve our problems in America? Absolutely not. But for a moment, we could bring down the tensions in America. And he could, I think there could be some sort of light. There could be some sort of light at the end of the tunnel that will give him the opportunity to unify everybody. So look, and if these people don't attend, then it's just a light on who they are. It shows where they stand. So look, that's where I am with it. I think you should do it. It's a great way to get everybody together on the same page.